All right, day 2 of the draft is in the books. The Packers trade back twice, picking up picks 159 and 179 from the Lions and the Buccaneers, and they net themselves Luke Musgrave at 42, Jayden Reed at 50, and then Tucker Kraft at 78, addressing exclusively pass catchers on day 2. So where does that leave us going into day 3? What are the needs and who's available still at those positions?
The Packers have 9 picks on day 3. 1 4th, 2 5ths, 2 6ths, and 4 7ths.
I think the first area to target is probably either defensive tackle or the safety position. So let's look at defensive tackle first. We've got a couple interesting names here. So one, TEs WR, who really just overall defensive lineman, not specifically interior, exterior, versatile guy. A lot of people thought he was going to go early second, still on the board. Definitely a potential target here. We've got Jacqueline Roy, who was one of the top 30 visits that Green Bay had. And then we've got a couple other guys like Moro Ajomo and I believe Kobe Turner still available. So a few options there on the defensive interior. At safety, unfortunately, guys like Sidney Brown, Jordan Battle have gone off the board. So where does that leave us? We've got Jamie Robinson, top 30 visit, really just like a thumper, a guy I really like at safety. A little bit undersized potentially, but I love the way he plays. And I think he plays faster than his testing implied. And then a little bit later at safety, there's Jordan Howden, who's still available, the safety from Minnesota. But one of the top guys that's left at safety, according to NFL.com, is Antonio Johnson. So there's a few options there. I think we've got some room to navigate, especially having those additional picks. After that, let's look at offensive line. We've got a couple tackles available here. DeJuan Jones is one of the bigger names that's there. Again, somebody that was projected to go day 2, ended up slipping through to day 3. And then you got an interesting one here in Jake Witt. I think he's really more of a developmental guy that Green Bay could potentially target. Former tight end, highly athletic dude, like 6'7", big guy, like over 300 pounds, but moves well. Develop him over the course of a couple years, while they're also developing guys like Caleb Jones and Rasheed Walker along the way as well. On the offensive interior, you've got guys like Antonio Mafi, who, again, top 30 visit at guard, and then there's the center from Ohio State, Whippler. He's still available. And then you've got guys like Andrew Voorhees and Chandler Zavala, who are still available at guard as well. And day 3 was always the day that I expected Green Bay to go after a running back. Or the 3 running backs that they had in for the top 30 visits are all still available. That's Lou Nichols III, Evan Hull, and Keaton Mitchell. So potentially look at those guys as targets here. Some probably 5th round, maybe 6th round for some of those guys. At receiver, there's still guys like A.T. Perry available, Andre Iosivas, who's highly intelligent, Ivy League school guy, who is also a physical freak. Let's see, Keishawn Butte, if you want to take a little bit of a flyer, that he can recover from his injury and regain his old form. And then Dontavian Wicks was a guy the Packers brought in for a top 30 visit. Another interesting name that I kind of wanted to highlight, that cornerback is always it's a premium position. You might want to target it. Georgia cornerback Keely Ringo is still available. There was some buzz that he might have even been like a late first guy. So interesting that he fell. So maybe Gutekunst likes to go after guys from that area because that was his stomping ground as a scout. So just keep an eye out for him as well. But either way, day 3 of the draft, by the end of today, we will know who our future Packers are. So it's an exciting time. Look forward to seeing where they go on day 3, and pretty pretty happy with what we've done so far.